Welcome to week 2. So basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on all of these screws that go all the way through the bus. And there's also stuff like this, like the lights, and also these things. I have no idea what they're called, but we also have to deal with getting those out first before we can even start on the paneling. We're definitely going to try our very best to get through as much of it as we can, because I really would love to get these seats out. As for the seats, we're gonna try to leave them in for now because we still haven't figured out how we want to deal with the holes, and we're gonna just try to see if we can get these panels out without having to get the seats out. We weren't too sure if we could get them out because of the size of the panels, but now that we're looking at it, we might be okay with getting them out and just taking them out in the back. So yeah, let's get started. Unfortunately, today did not go as planned, at least not in the beginning. So a lot of the stuff we wanted to do today is going to end up having to happen on day 9 instead. So pretty much what happened was we were getting ready to get these screws out over here. They were doing all right at first, but then we started noticing that a lot of them did not want to come out. And we even used this spray. Sorry, I don't know the name, so just figured I'd show you. But yeah, we ended up using this spray to try to get them out, and finally that worked. So it did delay us a little bit, but once we got that spray, they were coming out pretty much just fine. There were probably like 2 or 3 screws that I could not get out. I actually had to let Kevin get them out. He pretty much did most of the screws, but luckily we were at least able to get those out. Yeah, here's the aftermath. We've got the lights, they're just kind of loosely settling for now. This is the aftermath of getting those panels out. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but yeah, lots of rust that kept the screws from coming out, as well as dirt. We at least were able to get those out. We're gonna hope that tomorrow we can finally start on these, because there are just so many screws. We just want to get that started. But yeah, hopefully we can get those out tomorrow. So I'm not sure if it counts, but I will just say for now, day 8 is done, sort of. So it is day 9, and what I am going to be doing today is dealing with these roof panels and getting out all these little screws all the way throughout the bus. So this is a 1-person job. I'm not sure how heavy these are going to be, so I'm probably going to get Kevin's help with helping me get these down, because they do seem like they're going to be heavy. All I'm going to be using is this drill. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go. Unfortunately, we are off to a rough start. Luckily, Kevin was able to help me with a lot of these, but a lot of these screws ended up being stuck. We did use this spray again to try to help with it. helped a little bit, but not a whole lot. I think the main issue we're having right now is the drill we have is actually pretty old. So first of all, it dies pretty quickly, but also I don't think it's exactly what we need to. So we actually might have to start looking for another drill soon. And that's actually why it's a complete wreck in here now, because Kevin ended up using like a hammer to try to like loosen the screws and like the rust, and yeah, it ended up producing a lot of insulation, because the insulation is right there. That's going to be what's next to deal with. So a lot of insulation ended up flying around. So that's actually why I got a mask, because I don't want to be breathing that stuff in. I actually realized that wearing my glasses came into handy as well, because I didn't really like having stuff flying into my eyes all the time. So having just my normal prescription glasses really helped as well. So I think the plan for right now is for me to just try to get as many screws as I possibly can out, and then I'll pretty much let Kevin get the rest of them, because I'm pretty new at using a drill, I'll be honest, and Kevin's taller too, so that definitely helps. So I'm just trying to do my best here and try to do what I can, but yeah, that's pretty much the plan for right now. So yesterday was not progressive at all, so we decided to restart day 9 on today. But yeah, we're pretty much focusing on the same exact thing. We're gonna be working on the panels, just trying to get out as many screws as possible. We had a lot of issues yesterday. We're realizing that the drill we're using is actually pretty old, so we can only get so much done in one day anyways. So we might have to look into getting another drill or something. I also realized that I am unable to do those screws. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's because of my height or my strength, but I'm pretty much making Kevin do all of the screws in there, and I can only do so much, so I've just been catching the screws for him. But yeah, I have no idea why I had that issue, and I'm kind of sad about that, because I really like doing as much as I possibly can. It's pretty much the plan. We're going to be trying to get as many screws out as we possibly can today, so let's go. So this is what we're left with. We were finally able to get out a decent amount of screws, and we were able to get one of the panels out, so I'm really happy about that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all the screws out. It's really interesting because a lot of them pretty much did come out, but like certain ones, you could see that some of them were able to come out, but then there's ones like these that they just did not want to come out. So we're gonna try to use the rust spray next time and see if that works. If not, we might have to look at getting a different drill, or honestly, I don't really know what we're gonna do, but hopefully we can work that out. But honestly, we did pretty well for today. I'm pretty proud. Obviously, I didn't get to do as much as I had hoped. I really wanted to help get the screws out, but I guess in a way it's technically only a one-person job, especially when you only have one drill. For what we're working with, we did an okay job. Today's a pretty exciting day, and the reason why is because we've actually decided that we're going to take the seats out, because dealing with the roof panels will be much easier once the seats are out. That's pretty much the plan. We're gonna be taking the seats out. They've already been loosened and everything, so all we have to do is take them out. And we're gonna get them prepared because we are going to take them to a scrap yard. And we need to take the cushions and stuff off of them because it has to be bare metal to take them there. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan. And this is what we're left with. It feels so good. It feels so amazing to have all these seats out. There's so much room. I've been doing like this the entire time because it's so nice to be able to just reach my arm out and just walk wherever I want. I feel like this really brings the vision to life too. Like, I'm just imagining things now that the seats are out. It's just so nice. Here's the final product. It's definitely a lot of stuff. So pretty much all of this stuff, all the cushions and all that stuff, the leather stuff, is gonna be taken to the dump, whereas the metal, the frames of the seats, are gonna be going to a scrap place. We were not able to get to the roof panels today because this was already a whole lot of work on its own. After all of this, we are going to finally be able to take the roof panels out, the wall panels, all of that good stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much the plan. So we are currently on day 10 and I'm just super excited today because we got the bus cleared and there's so many other things we get to do now because of that. Kevin's gonna be working on the roof panels because we only have one drill, so he's the only one that can work on that. But I did end up finding myself a job. I'm gonna be working on the nuts and bolts for taking out these babies right here. So hopefully that won't be too hard. I'm gonna have Kevin go under the bus so he can help me get the nuts and bolts out because some of them do go all the way through and under the bus, like the normal school bus seats. But yeah, let's get to work. So I've already run into an issue. I was able to get the nuts and bolts out of this for the bottom, but I just realized that the railing is connected to here. And I thought there would be screws, because there's screws at the top. I thought it would go for the bottom too. But I had to look it up and I just realized that these are rivets. I just found out that those are a pain to get out. Some people angle grind them, some people use like a removal tool. So we're probably gonna wait till we can get one of those removal tools. Don't mind the background noise. But luckily, I was able to get out the other one. I don't exactly remember what they're called, but yeah. Even though I had issues with this one, I'm glad I was at least able to get the other one out. Today's been very productive. I don't know if I told you before, but I have my glasses and the mask because of all the dust from like the insulation and stuff, so this definitely comes into handy. But yeah, look at all the roof panels that are gone now. It's so nice. I can actually hear a nice little like echo right now. It's so nice. It feels so just open now. I think we got about 2 more panels to get to. And currently the drill died, so we're waiting for that to charge. But also, the only way we've really been getting all these screws out is because of that rust spray, which we actually just ran out of. So we're probably gonna have to go and get some more of that. Other than that, today has been very productive. Here is the final product here, along with all the other stuff we haven't gotten yet. But yeah, that's quite a lot of stuff. I think the plan for now is just, I don't have much of a job, especially because, like I said, the roof panels are only one person, but I will probably just be cleaning all this up now, just by sweeping. Other than that, I don't really have much of a job right now, but yeah, look at this. It just looks so nice now, besides it being dirty. All right, that pretty much concludes today. I'm very happy with how much we got done. I feel like this is the most satisfied I've felt in a while, mainly just because for the past while, we just haven't been able to put in as much time as we have wanted to. And finally, recently, we've had so much time, just more hours to put in. And here is the final result. Next time you see us, we will be finishing with those 2 panels and getting out the wall panels after that. All right, so it is day 11 and I'm absolutely loving the echo in here because of what we did in the past few days. But anyways, what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be working on all of these wall panels here. And some of these have screws, so these should be pretty easy, but some of these have rivets as well. I ended up borrowing a few tools from my grandfather. We have 2 options. We're gonna start using this, see how that goes. But if that doesn't end up working, I do have this tool that you attach to the drill. I don't know any of the names of these tools, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sure Kevin does though. But yeah, so if that doesn't work, we'll end up using this. And we're still gonna have to be using this spray as well because a lot of these screws are just still pretty stuck. We also have 2 more panels on the roof that we still need to get out. They ended up being such a pain. We're not sure if the drill and the spray is gonna do, so we're probably gonna try to use the tools that we're using for the rivets to try to get them out. And because we only have 1 drill, this is only a 1-person job, but because there are screws and rivets, I'm hoping to at least try to help with the rivets while Kevin works on the screws for the roof panels. If I'm not able to do that, then I'm not sure what I'll do. But yeah, that's the plan right now. And I still have this that I need to get out. So there's 2 screws and then there's 2 rivets at the bottom. I know I can get the screws out just fine, but if I have trouble with the rivets, there's only 2 of them, so it shouldn't take too long to figure that out. This will at least be my job, is try to get this thing out. I have no idea what it's called either, but yeah. Another job that I potentially have is to try to get the heater out. So it looks like it has bolts in it. Hopefully it's not too hard to deal with. I doubt it goes all the way through and under the bus like the other stuff does. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can try to get the heater out. We don't really know the situation with the heater, like how it's connected. I know there's other technicalities behind that and stuff, but if it is connected in a certain way, it might be a little more difficult to get out than we think. That's pretty much my job. While Kevin works on the roof panels and possibly the walls, I'll probably try to help and do what I can as well. That's pretty much the plan, so let's get to work. into an issue with getting this heater out, and the reason why is because it's actually not electric. It actually has water pumps in it, so that kind of complicates things a little bit. Kevin is going to check it out and see what the whole deal is and how easy or how hard it'll be to get out. But yeah, that's not going to be coming out today like I was hoping. Unfortunately, today did not go completely as planned, and unfortunately we didn't get as much done and as we were hoping. Like I said, I was able to get that thing out in the front. Don't mind the noise, that's just Kevin working on the wall panels. Speaking of the wall panels, that's pretty much all that we're gonna be finishing up with now, or at least Kevin, because we only have one drill. But yeah, that's gonna be the last thing we're gonna be able to do today. We are losing daylight, so we don't have a light for nighttime right now. Probably gonna have to get one of those soon. That's pretty much how we're gonna finish the day today, is getting as many screws as we can out, because getting those wall panels is either gonna involve angle grinding. There's a good chance that it will either way, but that we would just have to angle grind them out or take the windows out and possibly angle grind on top of that. We're gonna have to figure out where we're gonna get those tools and how we want to go about this, and also when we want to do it. We can work on the floors first, I think. We're gonna do some research on that as well. It's definitely a more tedious process than we were realizing, and I feel like it was inevitable that we were gonna have to get tools from somewhere else, like possibly rent them or buy them or something, rather than just borrowing them all the time. But yeah, I believe now is the time for that. The plan for right now is to just work out those screws for right now out of the walls, and if we can, we're probably gonna put the wall panels on pause and probably just work on the flooring until we figure out what we're gonna do about the walls and possibly the windows. So it's definitely not the news that I was hoping for, but it's just one of those things that happens with bus conversions. You're just gonna run into a lot of things like this that are possibly going to stall or delay your project a little bit, but it's just how it goes, you know? Next time we are possibly going to work on the flooring next time you see us. So yeah, that's about it. Hi, welcome to day 12, sort of. I'm not very satisfied with how yesterday went, but we did spend a decent few hours yesterday, so I'm gonna sort of count that as day 11, I guess. But today, hopefully we can get a redo at doing some of the things we wanted to do yesterday. So Kevin's currently working on the 2 roof panels that we still have to get out. I don't have much of a job right now, once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm at least going to, because a lot of this stuff we need to take to a scrapyard again. So I'm going to work on this today, and gonna work on stripping this off, because a lot of scrap metal places, especially the one we go to, they require that you strip them, and it's supposed to just be completely bare metal. So I'm at least gonna try to work on that today. Definitely not gonna take me that long until I have to find another job. As for the wall panels, we're still gonna work on getting the screws out at least. They're definitely not gonna be able to come out today though, unfortunately. There's not a whole lot that we can do today, but hopefully we'll get that figured out soon. Just gonna try to do our best, especially with the tools we have, because there's a lot of tools that we could have. We're probably gonna have to get more tools eventually, but right now we're just working with what we got. So let's go. I managed to get this stuff disassembled, so that stuff is ready to go to the scrapyard now. As of right now, Kevin is having a little bit of trouble right now with the screws for the rest of the roof panels. He's trying to grind them now, so hopefully that will work. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we're just taking it step by step, taking it day by day, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so we managed to get the covers off from the pumps that run to the heater. That was actually pretty easy. I'm honestly surprised. I found myself another job. It's part of the flooring. I'm thinking about getting these out here. Well, actually, there's only one on this side for me to get out, but hopefully I'll be able to do that today as well. Today was pretty successful, I would say. We probably could have gotten a little bit more done than we had planned, but I'm still pretty satisfied. So pretty much what we were able to do today was we were able to get out the covers that connect to the heater. Those are finally gone, and we were actually able to get out these. It's pretty much just part of like the lining of the flooring. And Kevin was actually able to get these out too, which was nice. I also took out the insulation as well, which is over there. And yeah, we tried getting these out. These are actually a little more of a pain. This was able to come out. Because like I said, we've been working with limited tools, so we can really only do so much about that. But with what we've got and what we're working with, we've been making some decent progress. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned it or not, but we're really not on a strict timeline. I know a lot of people that do these kinds of things have more of a strict kind of timeline, or they have a certain goal. I feel like we have a goal. Like obviously we want to be done within the next like year or so, but other than that, we're really just kind of taking our time, just getting as much done as we can. And with limited resources and money, you could really only get so much done anyways. So yeah, we got all of that out, and yeah, I had my glasses on me again because of all the stuff that was flying around. I also had to wear my mask a few times. It's just such a messy and dusty situation that if you have sinus issues or stuff flying around, you definitely want to put some protection on. We were also able to get out the other panels here. So we officially have finished all of the roof panels, and I'm just so happy about that because honestly, these last two were kind of a pain to get out, I'll be honest, but we finally got them out, and yeah, all in all, pretty successful day, I will say. So it is day 13, and honestly, there's not a whole lot of different stuff going on today. We're pretty much gonna still be working on the wall panels. As you can see, a lot of them already have the screws out, so we're pretty close to finishing with getting out the screws with those. And I did end up finding myself another job, which is to get these out, which pretty much just have screws to get out. So nothing fancy, but as of right now, that's pretty much the plan, is just to get all the screws out and to try to get those metal pieces out from the floor. So day 13 was a success. So Kevin was able to get out a lot of the screws for the wall panels, which we're eventually gonna get out. Obviously, we're gonna wait until we can figure out what we're gonna do about the whole window situation. But yeah, most of them are pretty much out. There's probably like 2 more panels that need to come out with screws. What I'm really happy about is that we got those metal linings for the floor that went all the way through the bus. We were able to get all of those out as well. Those were actually pretty easy, which I'm kind of surprised about, honestly. What I noticed was a lot of those screws were filled with dirt, and I didn't really know how to deal with that because a lot of that dirt was like really compacted. But I actually looked it up, and here's a little hack in case you're ever in this situation, but to just grab like a toothpick or something like similar and just kind of dig the dirt out. That's actually why I have my glasses again, because once I did that, I had to keep like blowing to like get the dirt out as well. Didn't get a whole lot done. Things have been slowing down a little bit because, like I said, I've been running out of jobs, but a lot of the stuff we need to do, we're gonna need to get tools for. So we're definitely gonna have to figure that out on week 3. Next time you see us, we will be wrapping up week 2. I'm so excited. Hello and welcome to day 14. We are officially wrapping up week 2 today, and I am so excited about that. Today's pretty much just a drill day, so I am riding solo today on this day. What I am going to be doing today is I'm going to be finishing out what Kevin had started with these wall panels here. So we've got these screws to come out. We've only got about, I think, like 2 or 3 panels left, so that really shouldn't take long. After I finish with that, I am going to get the lining out right here for both tires. And if I have time as well, which I should, I'm gonna attempt to get this out. Kevin actually helped get this down a little bit already for me. And there's actually a little piece down here that I'm gonna get out as well. So it's a decent amount of stuff for me to do. It's really not a whole lot to be finishing out for week 2, but the reason why is because after this, we need to figure out what we're gonna be doing about the windows so we can actually get the wall panels out, as well as figuring out the whole flooring situation. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing today. So let's get started. And that about wraps it up for week 2. I was able to get all the screws for the wall panels out. I was also able to get that little piece out of the wall, and I was also able to get out those lining pieces that went around the tires. I did have a little trouble getting that last roof panel out because I forgot there was one more left. So I ended up having to get Kevin's help with that, and we found out there were some rivets in there, so he ended up having to help me with that. But luckily we did end up getting that out also. Pretty short day, but things are definitely gonna slow down for a little bit until we figure out what we're gonna do about the windows / wall panels as well as the flooring. Until then, we are going to be taking all of this stuff as well as this to the dump and the scrapyard, and that about does it. I'm very excited to start week 3 and to share that journey with you all. Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.